Cruz here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, we are going to be sharing a poem that we created based off of a poetsandwriters.org prompt. The prompt was entitled A Few Things, and in that prompt, they had encouraged us to write a poem about someone you have known for a long time, but who is no longer in your life. This was based off of Mary Oliver's book entitled Our World, in which she discussed her partner, Molly Malone Cook. I also have a poem written about Cook from Mary Oliver that I will share at the end of this particular video. Please stay tuned also for the prompt for the following week at the end of this video as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the poem that I created. So this poem is called Dear Grandpa by yours truly. And this is my response again to the poetsandwriters.org prompt. You and me and your son-in-law rode in an old truck with the windows down. It was a humid summer day and the air blustered with silence. To break the tense stillness, I reached for the radio knob, and I was surprised when you did not object. Instead, you were generous. As I turned the dial, I watched it coast along the radio static, and I was surprised when you did not protest. Instead, you were patient. Everyone I knew called you strict, but you proved them wrong, because I have a memory as testimony. You were a generous and patient man, and when I hear Take It on the Run by REO Speedwagon, I am reminded of this. All right, so that was Dear Grandpa by yours truly. Let's take a look now at Mary Oliver's poem called The Whistler. She wrote this poem about her partner, Molly Malone Cook. All of a sudden, she began to whistle. By all of a sudden, I mean that for more than 30 years, she had not whistled. It was thrilling. At first, I wondered who was in the house. What stranger? I was upstairs reading, and she was downstairs. As from the throat of a wild and cheerful bird, not caught, but visiting, the sounds warbled and slid and doubled back and larked and soared. Finally, I said, "Is that you? Is that you whistling?" "Yes," she said. "I used to whistle a long time ago. Now I see I can still whistle." And cadence after cadence, she strolled through the house, whistling. I know her so well, I think. I thought. Elbow and ankle, mood and desire, anguish and frolic, anger too, and the devotions. And for all that, do we even begin to know each other? Who is this I've been living with for 30 years? This clear, dark, lovely whistler. All right, so that was the piece that inspired my poem, Dear Grandpa, and that was, I believe, the connection between the prompt of poetsandwriters.org. Taking a look at next week's prompt, this one is a creative nonfiction prompt, again from poetsandwriters.org, and this one is entitled Edible Memories. Many foods, flavors, and dishes hold a wellspring of emotional associations because they remind us of loved ones, habits and traditions, specific locales, and a different time of our lives when we were different people. Write a series of flash nonfiction pieces this week, with each segment focusing on an edible item that evokes particularly resonant memories for you. You might begin by jotting down lists of foods you ate regularly growing up, breakfasts, school lunches, vending machine go-tos, favorite fast food joints, diners, late-night spots, home-cooked specialties, as well as a few momentous meals. Who are the people you associate with each one? Aside from taste and smell, consider the surrounding environment, atmospheric sounds, time of year, and who you were at that point in your life. All right, so definitely this prompt, if I had to sort of pick the focus of this prompt, it's the part where it says write a series of flash nonfiction pieces. And so for me, when I think of a series, I definitely think of at least 3 pieces of flash nonfiction. And then when I think of flash nonfiction, I am thinking of 100 words or less. Thank you so much, Right Writers, for subscribing and or recommending this channel to creative writers. I look forward to seeing you all next Tuesday. Cruise out. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.